Welcome to day 113 of our BitClout journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother, Brian, and we have a special guest today. You know him as GoatTrade on BitClout. His name is Eric Beaudette.
He doesn't really look like a goat either, right?
Yeah, I was expecting to see a goat today. Actually, we already knew what you looked like. We met in Miami, but Eric's also the manager of CreatorFund, and he's doing a lot of stuff with Mario. So you probably know him that way as well. But today we're first going to start off with a little bit of news. Brian, do you want to talk about a post that Diamond Hands made yesterday?
Yeah, so yesterday, Dharmesh made a post kind of expressing concern that the day before there were only 3,000 new users joining BitClout, 300 new users joining BitClout. And he just posted about it a little bit. And Diamond Hands actually responded within a couple hours and gave a little bit of an update that's pretty interesting. And I guess it's several parts. I'll just read some of what we posted. He basically said he's not worried at all about the daily user growth because once everything comes together, they're going to do the fuel and the fire thing. But he says that they can easily implement a referral program and start spending via paid channels, which I mean, is paid advertising, and get this to 1 million in a couple months. So I don't know if it means he can grow it by 1 million users a day, which is doubtful, but I think he means maybe daily actives, perhaps. Within a month, once they implement the fuel and the fire and the referral program and all that, he said that fuel and the fire, they're waiting to pour the fuel in the fire until they get one of the most blue chip exchangers on board, which I assume is Coinbase. Additionally, he said they're waiting to implement the launch of NFTs, notifications, and redo the design and onboarding process before putting fuel in the fire. And fuel in the fire is likely going to be massive paid ads. So that's the update, and I think it really kind of gave me some added confidence in the way things are headed because things have kind of slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, and I think this is what we all kind of assumed was going to happen. They're going to build out the platform and then kind of just put it out there and advertise it. And who knows what they have in mind as far as advertising? Maybe some more TV appearances. Maybe Chamath will be on TV talking about it. Who knows? But I think they have a plan, and they have a lot of money backing them. And they have a lot of big figures behind them who have a lot of influence. So I don't doubt for 1 minute that Diamond Hands has a plan, and that plan will work.
Yeah, so I agree. Let's jump to you, Eric. Yep. You have a plan of your own, I guess. And the plan was you spend $1 million on creator coins in a week. Yes. But you're kind of expanding that to a month just because it's not as easy as it might seem.
Yeah. So we should have some communications coming out today, maybe in 10 minutes actually, where yes, we are expanding our $1 million week to $1 million month. So there's only 15 or so more days left in this month. So 2 weeks, we'll say. If we don't spend all the money in 2 weeks, we'll extend it again. I have no problem extending it as far as we need to spend $1 million in creators. It's really challenging. Going into this, I kind of knew I wasn't going to be able to spend $1 million in a week. Like, that's a huge amount of money, right? But what I have been doing is investing for literally 8 hours a day. It's crazy, right? And so I've just been, my finger might be sprained. I don't know. I've been clicking the mouse a lot. So yeah, we've just been investing like crazy. It's tough, you got to do a lot of research, but it's quick research. You know what I mean? It's like we're looking at profiles and we look at the followers, and then we look at the coin price, and we look at the FR, and we look at the amount of posts that they do and things like that. So it's split-second decisions where you're like, this is good, this is not great, right? And for the accounts that are not great, we'll always circle back, right? Because we're not always right. Like I may look at an account and take 5 seconds, say, huh, I don't really want to invest in this account, right? But maybe, a week later, we can check the account out again. You're like, wow, this guy's really started posting. He's got a ton of more followers, more engagement, things like that. Let's invest now, right? So if we do pass over you, it's never, a malicious thing or anything like that. It's just we're making split second decisions here. And we're trying to get to every new creator or every creator that hasn't been invested in yet. So it's certainly a difficult challenge here.
Now you're also focusing a lot on NFT artists as well, am I correct?
Yeah, so we're really excited about NFT artists here. We've invested in some really, really talented NFT artists, and we hope to continue to do so because there's just so many fantastic, talented people out there that obviously we're going to miss, right? So, we're trying to catch everyone, and we have people helping us as well. So recently we launched a project called the Creator Initiative. And what that is kind of this referral program. So for people that don't necessarily have the capital to invest in every creator on BitClout that they find, they can send it our way. And we'll reward them by giving them a % of the capital that we invested, right? So it's just another way for other people on the site to generate some kind of profit and some income to invest further into the site, on our behalf. So it's really exciting.
That's awesome. How would people contact you if they wanted to suggest?
Yeah, so 3 ways, right? So you guys can DM me through GoatTrade, which the DMs don't really work too well, but I try to respond. You guys can comment on my posts and I'll try to check that out. The easiest and best way for me, the most efficient way, is Telegram. So my Telegram username is @thegoattrade, and it's been blasted around BitClout as well. So if you look on maybe even Mario's page or the CreatorFund page, my Telegram link should be there as well if you just scroll down a couple posts. So yes, thrilled to be on Telegram. Just send me a text on Telegram.
Well, one thing I've been noticing is there's a lot of scammers coming on pretending to be NFT artists and like basically finding an NFT artist on Instagram and creating a corresponding username to that individual and pretending to be that individual and sharing their art. How do you go about determining who's real and who's not?
Yeah, that's a great question, right? So it's tough, first of all. So what I try to do is obviously thoroughly research their account. But if
it was so tough that you just took a shot of vodka, right?
Yeah. This is my 9 a.m. class.
Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
So obviously it's really hard, especially if they're a new user, right? Because they won't have any posts. Maybe they'll have 1 post or something like that, and they'll look kind of legit. And obviously you want to get in early because that's the whole thing about BitClout, getting in early, doing things like that. So there's a couple rules that I follow, right? If I see other notable BitClout users in them already for a little bit, I'd be like, oh, okay, maybe they know something, but also maybe they don't. The other day we got burned on an NFT artist, a scammer. I think I put in maybe $30, but I did so because I saw Doodles on the board, and Doodles is usually, in the know of things like that. So I was like, hey, if Doodles is in, I'm in, you know what I mean? An hour later, it just went to 0. And so we all got burned on it. But that's the risk that we take in a platform like this. And it's just really, disappointing to see so many scammers like that, because it ruins, these legitimate NFT artists that are trying to make a living and trying to grow their following. So it's really tough. And that's how I've experienced a lot during this investing week, is that I really, really want to put money into every single creator, but there are so many scammers and it's really hard to tell the difference sometimes. So in me being extra cautious, I may pass over a legitimate creator that's just trying hard. You know what I mean? So I kind of feel bad in that sense.
I run into the same problem because I'm trying to invest in a lot of artists too, because I feel like they're going to hold a lot of value in this platform once NFTs are dropped. And what I typically do is if I find somebody, I find their Instagram profile, I just search Instagram for them, reach out to them, I say, hey, is this really your BitClout account and I send a link, and then I reply to one of their posts on BitClout and I say, hey, I just reached out to you on Instagram to verify that you're really who you say you are. Could you please get back to me? And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But if they don't, I don't buy their coin. If they do, I usually do. There was another artist on there who had her account created on BitClout twice and BitClout removed it, the fake account. But I'm finally like, listen, just create an account for yourself, leave the founder reward at 100%,
Right.
and then you're protected. And she did that, but then she ended up lowering the founder reward because she actually started enjoying BitClout. And it's like, oh wow, I can actually make some money off of here.
Wow.
So I think, over time, I think people are going to kind of figure it out. And like you said, follow other investors in isn't always the best thing, because I pick bad scam accounts sometimes and buy their coin. And I hope people aren't looking at what I'm buying and saying, oh, Krasenstein's in, we should be buying that too, because that's not always the case.
Yeah, 100% agree. And it's like, everyone has a different level of risk, right? Like you guys may take chances and invest in certain creators where you're like, well, let me throw 10 bucks in and just see what happens, right? Other people say their level of risk is maybe $1, right? So it's a little bit different. So I totally agree with you there. Just because
well, the thing is, if an account's at $0 and you put a penny into it, you're going to get about a 4/10 of a coin, which is a lot. So it's like, I just risk it. If it's low dollars, I might just say, okay, if it's a scammer, I'm going to lose a few cents or $1, so it's like, people have to realize that just because somebody's big in it, somebody's well known, doesn't actually mean it's not a scam.
Totally. Yeah, 100% agree.
I really wanted to say, like, I think what you guys are doing at CreatorFund it's awesome for the platform, because we have seen a lull where people aren't buying creator coins as much. And I think the contest with BitClout polls combined with what you guys are doing is really creating a lot of activity and engagement. And I think it's getting new creators excited, because when they see people buying their coin, it's making them want to use the platform more. So awesome job what you guys are doing. I also want to say you guys are doing a lot with BitClout Holdings too, right? You're working with Mario on that. You want to tell us anything about that?
Yeah, so BitClout Holdings is super exciting too. At the moment, BitClout Holdings is kind of our project incubator, kind of our startup area. So CloutFeed is our golden child in BitClout Holdings. So yeah, we're super excited about CloutFeed. CloutFeed is what we envision BitClout being in the future. So the devs have said this before. They don't really want BitClout.com to continue. That's not really their goal, right? It may still exist, but it was never the goal to have BitClout.com be the face of BitClout. So what we hope to do with CloutFeed is make that the face of BitClout going forward. And the reason being is there are so many brilliant people on BitClout that make amazing products, and you see this with the projects that they come up with on BitClout and the coins that they create and things like that. So CloutFeed wants to take all these awesome projects that are on BitClout and push them all together into one native integrated app. So one of our recent integrations was Cloutcast, and the team at Cloutcast, they're just amazing. We had dinner with them in Miami. Super awesome team, a lot of fun, very, very smart. And so we just integrated them into CloutFeed, where you could actually promote a post just by a click of a button. You don't have to go to cloutcast.io. You don't have to do any of that. It's all integrated right into CloutFeed. So you can get paid, right there. You can do a promotion right there. So that's kind of the utility that we hope to bring to CloutFeed in the future. More things like that.
I think that's so important, like merging different projects like that, because right now there's so many incredible projects out there, but it's like not enough people are discovering each one, so they're not getting the mass adoption that might be needed for them to thrive. So when you merge them together with CloutFeed, I think you're giving people that option, and you're bringing to light all these great services and whatever else people are working on, like Cloutcast. I think that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks,
like
thanks.
imagine if you could say you could go onto Clout Feed, click a button and start a Clout room with other individuals, or you know, like what is it, Jam Clout, the other one. Um,
Yep.
like imagine if you could do that. I think that's the future of BitClout. And the only the only thing with Clout Feed that doesn't have me using it all the time is the lack of diamonds, and that's an Apple issue, not a Clout Feed issue. And I hope they work that out, because I was using it all the time to give people diamonds. We just throw diamonds out. I'm sure you know, because Mario does the same thing. Give out a lot of diamonds, and it's so much easier when Clout Feed had that feature, but they had to unfortunately remove that because Apple.
For what it's worth, Ed, I actually private messaged Diamond Hands about that. And he did say that he's looking at workarounds in order to get around that. So that might be good news. I'm guessing they're trying their best to figure something out. It's just Apple's kind of a, a tough company to work with.
Yeah, and I still use Clout Feed, nothing against them. I just think that
Yeah.
once they can figure that out.
Well, any mobile app is
Yes.
going to be like that. No mobile app's going to allow diamonds on Apple. So
Definitely. Yeah, that's definitely something we're going to have to, research and work with Apple with, and things like that. A cool feature that I used on CloutFeed actually is the recent tab. So you get a lot of really great exposure to new creators when you use the recent tab. So for those unfamiliar, the recent tab literally just gives you the most recent posts on BitClout. Doesn't matter, if you're following them or if they go on global, that doesn't matter. You can see whoever posts, 1 second ago. And that was really cool for me to check out brand new creators.
It's a tab that I wonder why BitClout doesn't have on the site, because that's how you find new creators. Because if you just go by the global feed, you're not going to find new creators for the most part. And if you go by following, it's just going to be people you already follow and already know of. So that, like you said, I think the recent tab is really, really awesome for finding new creators.
And I think finally, I think you're doing, you have your hands in like everything. So I think you're probably one of the hardest working people on BitClout right now. I mean, we do a lot, but it's 2 of us, so I don't think we can compare. But are you going to you're going to New York for the meetup, August 6th, I think it is.
That's right. That's really exciting. Really thrilled to be there to get the golden invite ticket. I'm just kidding. We didn't get golden invite tickets, but yeah, super excited to be going to New York, man. You guys are going to be there. I believe Cyrus is going to be there. Jason from Cloutcast will be there.
Yeah, Thor and Michael.
Yep, Thor. Chet's gonna be there. Like a lot of really, really cool active people.
Elena's gonna be there. I'm sorry, I just say
yeah. I know there's gonna be 20, probably more than 20 people there. So yeah, super excited for that. A lot of notable people, a lot of cool connections to be made. I hope we can do some really fun things. Oh, and that reminds me, it will also be, I heard there's going to be it's going to be filmed in 3D or something like that.
I didn't know that. That's
cool. So Gabriel, who has a virtual NFT gallery, which that's his project on BitClout. So he's going to be there. He's going to film it and kind of make it into this 3D interactive room where we're going to be there, and you could maybe click us virtually online, and it'll go to our profile or something like that.
Oh, cool.
How cool is that?
That's awesome.
I love that idea, and thanks to Dr. Pat Cohen for holding this dinner. And there's also a meetup after the dinner for everybody to attend. So if you're in New York City on August 6th, there's going to be a BitClout meetup that evening. So we're looking forward to seeing a lot of people there.
Yeah, I hear that 60 people already RSVP'd for just a meetup. And then I think on Saturday, I think another big event's happening. I don't want to say too much because I don't know if they actually announced it yet. So that whole weekend is going to be an awesome BitClout weekend in New York City, 6th and 7th, and maybe 8th.
Yeah, so if you can make it to New York City, try and do so.
Yes, we'd love to have anyone and everyone in NYC come hang with us. So all are welcome.
So any closing thoughts, Eric, before we close out our day 113?
I would just say we're just gonna keep investing, guys. Like, we're here to stimulate our community. We've got plenty of cash on hand to invest in creators. I know that I've missed a lot of great creators, and there's nothing against anyone. I'm just really, really busy, and I will get there. So keep commenting on the posts. Keep yelling at me on Telegram. Keep commenting. Anything that you can do to get my attention, just keep doing it, because I will get to you. So I just want to say that for everyone. Thanks for hanging with us so far. Thanks for enjoying the $1 Million Week. I hope you all enjoy the $1 Million Month that we continue to bring. And yeah, it's just been a blast, guys.
All right, well, thanks again, Eric. Thanks. You can follow Eric on BitClout at GoatTrade, and also check out the CreatorFund if you haven't already. And we'll see you in New York, Eric.
Sounds good, guys. Thanks for having me on. And yeah, we'll see you in New York.